get that touchdown, that home run. I need to shoot a three. It's fourth and goal, the full count. I'ma kill a crossover your D. I'ma hit him with a hat trick, a slick pitch. My team coming at you with a full blitz. You can't elude, we don't miss, cause we in this to win this. Like it is our business. My skill set is so wicked. We kick it like FIFA. Wear stripes like Adidas. See my face on all of y'all shirts. My name up in them lights. You going down like Frazier in this crowd, keeping me hype. I need them Sports Center highlights. On prime time, that's my time. My squad's about to get right. We up all night, man. We taking over your flow. We about to own your field, and when the ref blow that whistle, then you know it's about to get real, cause it's game time.
Welcome to Disputed Sports, cause it's game time. Hope everybody having a safe and blessed Memorial Day weekend here in Cleveland, Ohio. Man, what a lovely day. It's 80 degrees here in Cleveland. The sun is shining, and the summer is right around the corner. And hope everybody is staying safe through this little tough patch. You know, but like I always say, this too shall pass. And slowly but surely is doing its thing. My Twitter question today is gonna be, how do you think the AFC East is gonna be without Tom Brady? And what do you think the New England Patriots record going to be without the GOAT Tom Brady? You can tweet me at Carlos Vernon 9. I repeat, at Carlos Vernon 9. Now, we're going to dissect the AFC East today. I'm going to have segments called Stay or Go, where I tell you about the coach and the quarterback. And at the end of the thing, I'm going to tell you whether they should stay or should they go. And we're going to start off with the AFC East today. The AFC East teams, for people who's not familiar, are the Buffalo Bills, the Miami Dolphins, the New York Jets, and the New England Patriots. Tom Brady dominated this division for 20 straight years, and now it's a new division. So tweet me and tell me how y'all feel about the AFC East and what is the New England Patriots record. Once again, you can tweet me at Carlos Vernon 9. We're going to start off with the Buffalo Bills, and everybody know the Buffalo Bills history. They had a tough patch in the early 90s, man. I mean, Buffalo Bills fans are so loyal and just so have great knowledge of the game. And I kind of felt sorry for the Bills in the early 90s because, man, they couldn't get over the ultimate hump. They went to 4 straight Super Bowls and ended up losing them. Remember, they had the Hall of Fame coach, Marv Levy. They lost in 4 straight Super Bowls. 4 straight Super Bowls. 2 to the Dallas Cowboys, 1 to the Redskins, and 1 to the New York Giants. The most memorable one was when the kicker Norwood, missed that field goal against the New York Giants, and they lost the Super Bowl. Man, that's devastating. That was devastating. And remember, they had a great team then. They had a great team back then. They had Hall of Famers like Jim Kelly, Thurman Thomas, Andre Reed, Don Beebe. They had Bruce Smith, the Cleveland native, Daryl Talley out of Shaw. They really had a talented team, but they just couldn't get over the hump, and that's frustrating. And Buffalo is such a great, fan base, and it's a great, they got a great history and a great tradition in the western part of New York, and that's heartbreaking. But yeah, that's their history. And starting off, but last year, you know, the Buffalo Bills went to the playoffs. Their record was 10-6. They finished second in the division. Remember, they lost to the Houston Texans when they had the lead, when they had a big lead. I think it was like 14 or 16-point lead, and they ended up losing to Deshaun Watson and the Houston Texans. That was another tough loss. And then, remember the Miracle. The Nashville Miracle. Oh, my God. When Pavlicek threw it to Andre Dawson ran it for a touchdown. got the kick. Wycheck threw it to Andre Dawson. Dawson ran it for the touchdown to beat the Bills. That was tough in the 1999 playoffs. That's when they had Rob Johnson as their quarterback. So the Bills had some heartbreaking moments, but everybody know the former owner before he died was Ralph Wilson. Was Ralph Wilson. Everybody know what's Ralph Wilson famous of, right? Polo. The brand Polo, a popular brand. So he used to own the Buffalo Bills. Now they owned by Terry Pingula. Him and his wife own it. They offensive coordinator is Brian Daboll. Remember, Brian Daboll was a coordinator for the Cleveland Browns back then. Their defensive coordinator was Leslie Frazier from Minnesota. Minnesota has some great defensive coordinators who became head coaches. Mike Tomlin and Leslie Frazier was a head coach. They GM is Brandon Beam, and the head coach is Sean McDermott. Sean McDermott was the former defensive coordinator of that Carolina Panthers team in 2015 when they lost to the Denver Broncos and Peyton Manning won his second ring. But McDermott's record is 25-23. McDermott really came along with this team. First he got a slow start, but then last year, they kicked it in and they kicked it in gear at the right time. At the end of the season, they started falling off. But see, that's the difference between teams who take care of business early, and then you can kind of lose some games, some tough games, and still be in position for the playoffs, and that's what happened. Once they beat the Pittsburgh Steelers on that Sunday night game, they clinched them a playoff berth. But Sean McDermott has been a great, coach for this team. Buffalo, man, one thing about Buffalo, man, they are a blue-collar, hard-nosed football team, meaning they come to work, They not flashy. They not, all this and that. They just come to play football, and that's what I like about the Buffalo Bills. They're led by Josh Allen, who had a great season. He passed over 3,000 yards. Josh Allen has a great cannon. He can make every throw on the field. He's tall enough to see over the line. He's athletic. And his thing is, he got to pay attention to Cam Newton and the Michael Vicks and the Donovan McNabb. As you can see, Cam Newton, he was big just like Josh Allen, but he was taking too many hits. So Josh Allen's problem is he can't take so many hits. The Buffalo Bills need you. You was their franchise quarterback, just like Cam Newton was for the Carolina Panthers for 9 years, but his body just broke down. As you can see, nobody don't want him. So Josh Allen, if you pay attention to Cam Newton, you will know to stay in the pocket more. His thing is you got to have more pocket poise and pocket presence. Stand there, deliver strikes sometimes instead of running all the time, because that's going to save you a lot on your career. That's his knock. Other than that, he's got a cannon. He can make every throw on the field. He's just unbelievable. Unbelievable. But other than that, I can see the talent. He got to develop more on his reads, but that's understandable as a young quarterback. But his more thing is he got to stay in the pocket more. They was led by Frank Gore, which is a Hall of Fame running back. He's third he's third all time. They had Devin Singletary. They got John Brown. They got a good receiving core. John Brown, Cole Beasley from Dallas. He was a big help for them this year. And and they had some good free agent signings. They had great free agent signings. They re-signed Frank Gore. They signed E.J. Gaines, the cornerback that used to play for the Cleveland Browns. He's a good slot corner. They signed left tackle Damian Whittle, cornerback from Washington and the Panthers, Josh Norman. So he'll help them. They traded for Stephon Diggs. They got Vernon Butler, defensive tackle, that can help Ed Oliver in that defense. They signed Mario Didison from Carolina. They signed linebacker A.J. Keelan. He's a tackling machine. He's smart. So they really upgraded on that team, you know what I'm saying? Especially offensively. Especially defensively to help out. Like I said, you got Jordan Pryor, former safety for the Cleveland Browns. You got McCabe Hyde, that I like. Trey Darius White, he's an awesome corner, man. He's top 3 corner. Him, Stephon Gilmore, and Marshawn Lattimore are the best in man coverage in the past 3 years. Remember, he had the same draft as Lattimore. So he a great corner coming out of LSU. He had 6 interceptions. So defensively, they really, you know what I'm saying, did a good job. And that's what Buffalo known for, is that defense. And going into New Era Stadium. It's not called Orchard Park no more. It's called New Era Stadium. Now, some of they draft picks, they drafted in the second round with the 54th pick, AJ Epenesa. Yeah, AJ Epenesa out of Iowa. You know what I'm saying? He's not a top-notch defensive end, but he got a motor. You know what I'm saying? His motor never stops. He's a 3-down defensive end. He can work hard. And he's going to fit right into that blue-collar team. Blue-collar, Sean McDermott, hard-nosed, tough defensive team. Their third-round pick was Zach Moss, the running back out of Utah. You know, they need some depth in that running back because, you know, Frank Gore getting old. You know what I'm saying? Devin Singletary. So I can understand that. Fourth round, they drafted a receiver. They drafted a receiver out of Central Florida, Gabriel Davis. They drafted Jake Brown. Remember the quarterback from Georgia, the highly touted 5-star number 1 quarterback. And who bagged him up? Justin Fields, for the quarterback of the Ohio State University, who's projected to be a top 10 pick. It's funny how things can change, just like Joe Burrow when he transferred. The same thing happened to Justin Fields. And look at Jake Brown. He was a 4th round. He was a 5th round pick, the 176th pick, and he was a top 5. He was the number 1 quarterback coming out of his class, and that just tells you that, you know what I'm saying, that sometimes, you know, it don't matter how good you are coming out of high school. You know what I'm saying? You got to translate it to college. So, but that's a good backup for Josh Allen. Then a 6th round pick was Tyler Bass. You know, they had a pretty solid draft. You know, and overall they got a pretty good chance of. I got them winning that division. I got them actually going the same record they have. I've got them going 10-6 and winning that division. I really think that they have the most talent, they have the most experience, and they're young, and they got a good, hard-nosed quarterback, good, hard-nosed coach, and they're a good, hard-nosed football team who just going to come and get the job done. So, stay or go. I'm definitely projecting that Josh Allen stays as a franchise quarterback, of course, and Sean McDermott stays. He's doing a great job with that franchise. And I only see them going upwards. And everybody got them winning that division. I got them winning that division. Pretty much easily. I mean, I'm not going to say easily, but it's. I don't think it's going to be as close as people think it is. So that's going to wrap up our segment with the Buffalo Bills. Our next segment, when I'm coming back from this break, we want to talk about the New York Jets. Stay tuned here on Disputed Sports. Back in a minute.
You choose family. Join at PrestigeApproved.com.
Contact Pella today at PellaCleveland.com to schedule your in-home appointment. Korn and Alice in Chains. And special guests Under Oath and Horror. Blossom Music Center, Friday, August 16th. Get tickets now at LiveNation.com.